Do you have a dream? Do you have a dream that you have always wanted to make happen? Or maybe you have a dream that you just recently decided you want to come true. Maybe your dream is to have the most beautiful house filled with a family. Maybe your dream is to be a comedian and get on stage and be allowed to use the bathroom. Maybe your dream is to travel all over the world and see every place that you can find. Or maybe your dream is just to find one special part of the world and hide there and hope that the rest of the world doesn't come bother you. It doesn't matter what your dream is, but we all have one. And tonight, I'm here to convince you to give up on chasing your dream. Ouch. But hear me out. Have you been chasing that dream? Have you been working so hard and putting a lot of energy into chasing something? If you close your eyes and think about what it looks like to chase something, when you're chasing something, how much energy are you exhausting trying to catch up with it? That thing you're chasing, it's always out here. It's always further away. You're always looking at the back of your dream when you're chasing it. That is so deadening to your soul. Do you know how much effort we put in every day, taking steps forward, running as fast as we can, because we're chasing our dreams? And you know what's so sad about that? Is that we are so afraid to take a break because we know if we stop chasing for just a minute, if we stop running, that dream is going to keep on running. It's going to get further and further and further away. We can't afford to rest. We can't afford to stop and get help. Because if we walk away to ask for someone to come help us with that dream, the dream keeps running away. If we go to learn a new skill, the dream is still running away while we're trying to sharpen our own saws. Now, I didn't say give up on your dream. You might have heard that. You might have thought I was some jerk up here going, y'all don't deserve your dream. That's not where I was going with this. You guys are smarter than that. I just think there's a better way. I want you to give up on chasing it. Now, if you picture chasing your dream and you see it getting further and further away, what if you picture a different scenario? What if you picture building? You ever watch a building in downtown get built? You can see the progress day by day. At the end of the night, that entire construction crew disappears. Actually, it's usually like 3:15 in the afternoon. They're gone, and that building just sits there. Whatever they got done that day stays, and they walk away. They have dinner with their families, come to the Blue Mouse Theater and enjoy a show, get some good rest at night. Maybe they work on their other dreams. And the next morning they show up. Whoa, that dream is right where they left it. That building is still there. And they add on another layer. What if your dreams were just like that building? If you're building your dream and you're not chasing it, you put the foundation down. You get that first layer there. I'm tired. That was exhausting. It's a lot of work to dig. It is a lot of work to dig the hole to put that basement in there. When we were raising my son, he loved to dig. Side note, he loved to dig holes. And he loved to dig holes so much, it didn't matter where we were. We were at the beach, he was digging in sand. We were at home, we were at grandma's, he was digging in the mud. we were in the winter, he was digging in snow. That kid could dig. There was not a hole that didn't need to be dug that he wasn't digging. When we moved into a new house, we had to call the utilities because you're supposed to call before you dig. And they said, well, what are you building? We said, well, my son digs for fun. And the gal on the other end of the line was like, I've never had to put on the work order digging for fun. And when I grew up, we always believed that if we dug far enough, we'd get to China because we were going to get to the other side of the world. We never told him that. I don't know where he was trying to go. But you know what was amazing is that when he was digging those holes, sometimes he would get interested in other things. Sometimes his friends would come over and play, and they might play video games, or he might come inside for dinner. And you know what? When he walked away, that hole didn't automatically fill in. And when he came back, he could just put another shovel in. That hole got a little deeper, and the pile next to it got just a little bit bigger. Never turned into anything other than a hole. I don't know what the dream was, but it was a pretty cool lesson I didn't realize was happening right in front of me. So when you start your building and you get that foundation built and you walk away, tomorrow you can come back and put the next brick on. Because there are times when we are creating our dreams where we can't do it on our own. There are times where we get halfway through and we say, I don't know how to frame a wall. I've never done that. I don't know what the next step is. I got to go over here and Google and learn. And God forbid I have to ask for help. Because I can say anything to anybody like, I love you, you mean so much to me, thank you very much. But the one thing I can't say is, I need help. Please help me. Those words just are not in my vocabulary. Like, I am hanging from the side of a cliff with like pinky hanging on and all my other fingers are coming off of the cliff. And someone's like, you need some help over there? I'm like, I think I got it. How dare I say, I could use some help. Even when people offer help. I've had friends say, oh man, if you need a ride, if you need to borrow a car, if you need help, I got you, I can help you. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like walking, sopping wet, frozen, socks nasty in the Northwest, twisted ankle, and I'm like, I'm good, I can get there, right? I'll make it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's pride, if it's if I think that makes me look weak, but I've been working on it. I actually asked for help last week once, so I'm good for the year.
Okay.
So it's progress. But while our dream is sitting here, we can go ask for help. We can step aside and we can learn something. We can ask for help. And sometimes we get exhausted from our dreams. Our dreams can weigh us down. Our dreams will take us to the edge of wanting to give up over and over again. And we will say, you know what? Maybe it wasn't worth it. Maybe I've tried everything I could. Maybe this dream just wasn't meant to happen. And it's okay to step away. It's like a relationship that sometimes is abusive, right? Like sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. And if we're not chasing it and it's not running away from us, we can go, I'm going to take a break from you because you've been too demanding lately. I'm going to rest and have a blizzard from Dairy Queen or whatever my comfort food of choice is that day. Maybe watch some movies on the TV, and then I'll come back to you later. But when we're building it, when we come back, it's ready and we're refreshed. We can get help, we can learn new skills. And now when we come back, we can frame the walls, we can put the next layer on. And what's so amazing, it's like those buildings that we see popping up around town where we drive by and it's like white noise, we don't see it all day long. And then all of a sudden it's, where did that building come from? Or where did the other building go that they just tore down? Because that can happen in a heartbeat. But all of a sudden we look up and the world around us has changed. And the beautiful thing is, if we change the way we think, that can happen for us too. If we change the way we think about what we want in our lives, if we can change the way we think about our dreams, We can look over one day and go, wow, I don't remember putting windows in this building. I don't remember taking that step in this dream, but now I can see it coming together. Now I can see it happening. Now I don't feel like the last runner in the marathon with chafed parts of your body that you don't even want to know can chafe. I've heard, because trust me, I have not done a marathon. But I'm not at the back of the pack watching everyone else and everything else get further away. I'm seeing it happen right in front of me. And that feels so good. Do you know how much motivation that can give you just to see something start to come together? It's like every time we've had a project, or every time we get partway through a process or a year, there are going to be those dark days. There are going to be the times where we say, I don't see it happening. I think I should give up. But when we give ourselves permission to step away and come back to it, all of a sudden we start to see it coming together. And now, the hard part is done. Because now we see it coming together, that it's exciting to come back and build that dream. Because now we come up to the dream, we're like, I am so close. I just need to put a little trim on here, and I need to put some doors on there, and finish it off, and maybe invite some people over to help me paint. And this building is going to come together, and my dream is going to be finished. And that excitement is going to push us over the end. But we're only going to get here if we give ourselves the permission to step away. If we give ourselves permission to take a break. If we allow ourselves to learn new tools. And if we challenge ourselves to every once in a while raise our hand and say, I need help. Will you please help me? Or maybe just, it's not quite coming together like I wanted to. See if anybody offers. It's a good step in the door. So when you leave here tonight, I want to challenge everybody to think about their dream. And I want to ask you to ask yourselves, will you commit to give up on chasing your dream? Thank you.